everyone. Let's have a look at our project charter assignment for business process flow analysis 2. So this will be a group assignment. In this case, the template of project charter and the case study is given to us. We will study this together, and I already built a sample project charter based on this case study so that it can help you guys. Don't worry, I will list down all the documents like your assignment document, case study, as well as the final project charter that I built in the description of this video. Okay? Now, let's have a look at our case study. So, in this case, there is a company named as Canucks Insurance Company. They're there from like 110 years in the market, but currently they are facing a problem with their group benefit plan setup where the error rate is 32.61%. The error rate is high for corporate clients when they are setting up their group benefit plan. Okay. Now, what the company wants, they want to reduce that error rate by 25% by the end of quarter 3 of this year. So they have specific roles, whatever amount they are saving. So everything they have like the details of it, like which employees are making maximum errors like from a specific branch. So they have like specific details in that. So you can study that. So now let's have a look at our project charter. So now we will be studying every single element of our charter in detail. Okay. So first of all, it says the purpose. This document specifies the objective and the team that is associated with Six Sigma project for Canucks Insurance Company. Now, what is the title of the project? So I have used Argon, which is their software, then corporate group plan, benefit is their specific plan, error reduction project. Okay, you can give it any name based on your understanding, so that is the best suitable name that I found, so that's why I have written it. And then we have our project sponsors and project champion. So these roles are already specified in the case study, so you can study that. So as I already told, if this is your group assignment, then your project manager will be the team leader, like who is willing to be the team leader for your team, and other team members will act as Six Sigma Green Belt members. But if that is your individual assignment, then what you can do, you can specify your name for your Six Sigma Green Belt. Okay, because you are the only member that we have. And then they also have some roles like Stephanie, Emily, and Ronnie are specified in the project, so you can refer to case study. And now let's understand what we need to include in our problem statement. So in problem statement, you need to include three things. What is the problem, where it is occurring, and by how much. Okay, like the time frame is also necessary. You need to specify this. In this case, what I have specified is they are facing problem where? In group benefits plan in Argon software. From when? It's from April to June. Okay, and they are facing this problem. And then how much is 32.61%? Okay, so it should be like 5%, but they are surpassing it by 27.61%. Project objective. What actually they want after the success of this project? What they want is they want to reduce the error rate by 25%. And in scope and out scope, we need to specify what are the things that we will be considering and we should consider while we will be following along with the project. And out of the scope is just opposite to that, which specifies what are the things that we shouldn't align to that. Because in most of the cases, what happens is sometimes when we pick a problem, we generally go out of the way from that. So we forget about the problem, we create some new problem, and then we start deep diving into that. To avoid that, we need to carefully consider in scope and out scope. So in this case, if you see, what I have written is conduct a root cause analysis for group benefit policies, not any other. And that too specifically for corporate clients. Because in the case study, they have some other clients as well, like medium and small businesses. But we will only study about corporate clients because they are facing the problem. Okay. And then we have, training efforts to the staff which is involved in GB policy, not to any other policies, because all other policies are right now out of the scope for our current project. And then they also mentioned, like in a Manila branch, workers are prone to higher error rates. So we also will be tailoring our requirements based on their skill sets and their knowledge. So that's why I have specifically mentioned that branch workers. So you need to critically think about all the aspects and details that are mentioned in your case study. And on the other hand, if you see out of the scope, so what I said, analysis of non-group benefit policies, we don't need it, right? We don't want to include that. And then also, like, if we are conducting a legal audit, that's not needed because we are not facing any legal issues here, right? So these things you need to specify. And then project CTQ, that is critical to qualities. So when we think that we achieved what we want from this project, so we need to specify that. Just make sure you add the data points. For example, in this case, what I mentioned, like at least 95% of the group benefit policies should be error free. So I'm adding element 95%, which is data. I'm not making any journal statement. So you shouldn't be mentioning any journal statement. For example, you know, that the project should run well, the Argon software should work fine, or should work error free. No, you need to specify by how much. Okay, so data is the main element here. And then defect definition. So, defect definition is what we think is a defect for this project. For example, if I feel that, for the policy setup, my error rate is exceeding by 5%, like above 5%, then it's an error. So you need to specify the errors directly related to this project, nothing out of that. And then benefits is like what we will get. In this also you need to revolve around data. So everywhere in project you talk about numbers. No general assumptions, no general statements. You will always talk about data. So they have mentioned like they will be saving this much amount. So that's why I have mentioned it here. For the resources section, you will be mentioning what are the additional resources that will be involved directly and indirectly. You can mention the resources that you feel will be needed and are not mentioned in the case study, or you can also mention the staff members that are already listed but their roles are not clear. So you will be mentioning all these things in this section. And then we have a phase completion schedule. Just make sure you add dates and you give the maximum time to measure and improve, because this is implementation and this is you're analyzing it. Okay, so that's how you need to plan. And then we have our revision history. So in this case, what we need to specify is when we made our document, and when it's like first time we made some changes, and then second time how many times you did the revisions, because you're planning a project, it's not a single day process at all. So it needs to go through multiple steps. So you need to specify on which date you changed it, and then who were the authors, and what section is improved or added, and then a summary of changes. Okay, so in this section it will be going like that. And then final is approvals, who approved and when they approved. So these are the things that you will be mentioning in there. Okay, feel free to ask me in the comment section if you have any questions regarding this. Okay, thank you.